Yeah, we're here at the Savings to Income conference, and I have the rare pleasure of interviewing Mary Beth Franklin, senior editor for Investment News. Mary Beth, you're considered an expert in Social Security. Let me ask a question. How important is Social Security to the average investor?
I think for the average investor, deciding when to claim Social Security benefits should be treated just like any other investment decision. For many people, this may be the only source of lifetime, inflation-adjusted, guaranteed income.
So just how important could having that inflation protection be? Because I'm aware that in the commercial market, even some pension plans, there are very few opportunities to get inflation-protected income.
Well, people underestimate the ravages of inflation. At a very modest 3% rate of inflation each year, your buying power is cut in half in roughly 25 years. And the fact that many people will live 25 years or longer in retirement truly shows the value of inflation protection and underscores the importance of Social Security. And one of the decisions you want to make is the longer you can defer claiming Social Security benefits, the bigger your benefit will be, which will create a larger base for future cost of living adjustments.
So give me an idea about the value of delaying from 62 to 66, even to 70.
Well, everyone can take benefits as early as 62, but if they do, their benefits will be cut by 25% for the rest of their life compared to what it would have been if they had waited till 66. But there's a growing movement of people realizing the value of waiting even longer. For every year you delay collecting your Social Security benefits beyond your normal retirement age of 66, your benefit increases by 8% a year. That means at age 70, when you would finally collect, your benefit would be worth 132% of what it would have been at your normal retirement age, and almost double what your benefit would have been if you collected early.
Now, besides simply deferring from 62 to 66 to 70, what are some of the other strategies that investors ought to think about in terms of making Social Security elections?
Well, a lot of people are frightened at the idea of waiting till 70. What if I don't live that long? The one thing they should think about is thinking about age 66, the new normal retirement age, as the magic age. Several things happen when you turn 66. One, if you are collecting Social Security benefits and continue to work, you can keep as much of your benefits and as much of your earnings as you want. If you collect Social Security benefits before age 66, you are going to lose some, or in some cases all of those benefits, to something called the earnings cap. So wait till 66, you can continue to work, collect benefits. That's one piece of the magic. The other, particularly for married couples, is there are nuanced strategies that you can exercise if you wait until age 66 to claim. For example, at age 66, maybe one spouse is collecting a benefit, but I want to wait till 70 so I get the biggest benefit possible. I can say to the Social Security Administration, now that I'm 66, I want to restrict my claim to spousal benefits only. That means you're going to give me half of my spouse's full benefit. I'm not claiming my own. It's going to increase by 8% a year until age 70, and then I'll switch. But maybe both spouses don't have a big earnings record. Maybe one has been a stay-at-home spouse her whole life. She really would like to get her spousal benefit, but her husband says, no, I'm going to wait till 70 to claim. Again, if he waits till 66, he can say to the Social Security Administration, I want to file and suspend my benefit. That means I'm filing for the purpose that my spouse can collect her benefit, and then I'm going to suspend my own so it's going to keep growing. This is a great strategy for couples because it brings some money into the household now and preserves the largest, biggest benefit for the main breadwinner later. Not only is that a bigger benefit for him, but if he dies first, which unfortunately is likely, it preserves the biggest survivor benefit for her, 100% of what he got during his lifetime.
What are the best websites to learn about Social Security elections?
Well, there's a vast amount of information at the Social Security's own website of ssa.gov. It can be a little overwhelming, though. You may want to start with the aarp.org website. They have a wonderful calculator to help you figure out when you might want to claim benefits, whether you're single, divorced, married. But once you get to the point you're really making a claiming decision and want to crunch your actual numbers, I highly recommend a site called socialsecuritysolutions.com. You will pay money for it, ranging from $20 to up to $250, depending on the level of service. But for something that could increase your lifetime income by tens of thousands of dollars, or in the case of a married couple, perhaps over $100,000 over their lifetime, it's well worth a modest investment to get good advice.
Now, I don't want to open a can of worms, but in a shorthand, just tell me about the tax considerations around Social Security payments.
Well, Social Security is essentially a self-financing benefit. The FICA taxes, the payroll taxes we all pay, that's deducted from our paycheck, is what is paying the benefits right now of our parents' and grandparents' Social Security benefits. It's a pay-as-you-go system. Critics would call that a Ponzi scheme. Take money now to pay out to the next people. I don't think it's a Ponzi scheme. I also think it's probably the most successful government program in history. But it will have financial problems down the road because there is this huge number, 78 million baby boomers, just now beginning to retire. There are fewer workers in the workforce to pay for that. Sometime around 2036, the amount of taxes we take in will only pay out about 75% of the promised benefits. And frankly, 75% isn't good enough. But with a few minor tweaks, maybe a little bit on how much of wages are taxed, maybe a little bit on how much in benefits wealthier retirees get, by tweaking a little bit on both the tax side and the benefit side, it's a pretty easy fix to fix Social Security and well worth fixing.
Yeah, I've made a proposal to reform Social Security. Hasn't had a lot of traction, but basically I agree with you that it's a very valuable system, and actually my approach would be to actually make it more flexible and yet in the same time have the effect of saving some short-term resources. We've been talking to Mary Beth Franklin at the Savings to Income Conference. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Jerry.